I have a greased 9.5 by 5.5 by 3 inches tall loaf pan. This won't raise a lot, but I'm going to leave it in my Broad and Taylor proofer at 80 degrees for about 30 minutes. And then we'll bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So I had pre-sprayed this pan with a pan spray. I'm going to smooth over the top. There, our gluten-free bread is done. Looking pretty nice. Like I said, I'll leave it for 30 minutes at 80 degrees in my proofer, and then we'll come back and bake it. I'm preheating the oven right now to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll be back in 30 minutes to check on the bread. We'll see how much higher it is in the loaf pan. And if it looks about right, then we'll pop it in the oven. We've had this rising for about 45 minutes, and you can see that it's pretty close to the top of the pan now. So because the batter is very fragile, I can't really brush butter or oil on it, and it needs something so it won't dry out too quickly. So I'm going to use some butter-flavored pan spray. If you have an oil pump that you can put baking oil in or olive oil in so you could pump it on, that would work really good too. I also intend to spread it with some butter when it comes out of the oven. So I'm going to pop it into the oven now. It's been preheating at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll be baking it for, 30 to 40 minutes. I'll take an internal temperature to see if it's around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll just see how long it takes. Okay, our bread's been in the oven for 30 minutes, so I'm going to check the temperature, internal temperature, and see whether we need to put it back in. It should be at least 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It looks like it's in the 180s, and it's still going up, but pretty slow. I'm going to put the bread in for another 5 or 10 minutes just to make sure it's done. Well, the bread's over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's at 206, 207. So it's definitely done. I left it in for the 10 more minutes, and it smells wonderful. It's got a really wonderful smell to it. So I'm going to melt some butter on top of it, and I'll take it out of the pan when it's been cooling for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And I'll put it on a cooling grate then. I don't want it to get soggy. It's always nice to have butter on top of your bread. And if you are lactose intolerant or you can't have dairy products, including butter, then melt some nice coconut oil on top. I think the flavor of coconut would be pretty wonderful too.